The United States Mint has been striking coins for over 230 years now, and in that long and storied history, there have been a great number of coins and denominations that collectors have simply forgotten about. Tonight, we have a trio of obsolete U.S. Mint issues that have not been struck by the United States Mint for over 134 years. This is our all-American obsolete coin trio. It features the iconic large cent, the rare 2-cent coin, and a 3-cent nickel. And yes, you heard me correctly, a 3-cent coin that was struck out of nickel. This three-piece set is item number 9051213. It's 9051213. And we are just $89.85 tonight. And at that price, we are at least $100 less than our nearest competition for all three of these obsolete U.S. Mint issues. And that's if you can find a competitor with all three of them even in stock. You can call in at 1-866-518-5933, or you can head over to our website, abccoins.com. Head to the search bar on the page in the top hand right and put 9051213, 9051213, and grab a piece of living, breathing United States Mint history. This set contains three of the most iconic coins in the history of the United States, and for many people today, they simply wouldn't believe you if you told these denominations actually existed. A 1-cent coin almost the size of a $50, a 2-cent coin, which doesn't make sense to a lot of people today when a penny can't buy you much, and a 3-cent nickel. The introduction of these denominations was a big deal at the time in the United States, and that's because up until we struck our own coins, starting with the large cent denomination back in 1793. At the time, we were using other nations' silver dollars, predominantly the German thaler and the iconic silver dollars from the Spanish Empire. And due to those coins being so large, they weren't great for buying everyday stuff. As a result, many of them were cut in half or into little pieces of 8 in regards to the Spanish silver dollar. This was not liked by the United States government. They'd much rather have their own coins that had a lower spending power so they didn't have to take their own silver dollars and immediately start cutting them up. As a result, the U.S. Mint would create the half-cent and cent denominations, later on the 2-cent, the half-dime, dime, quarter, half-dollar, and dollar, and then made the quarter eagle, half eagle, and the full eagle with the $10 gold coin. These coins are the original U.S. Mint issues. As I said before, the first coin ever struck by the United States Mint was the large cent denomination all the way back in 1793, when they would strike 11,178 of those stunning copper cents. Back then it was the chain cent design. These coins were also massive, 29 millimeters in diameter. At that size, the large cent was almost the size of our modern-day $50, which is 30.6 millimeters. They struck 71 million coins during all 20 years of circulation for the large cent. Meanwhile, today, we're striking hundreds of millions a week. When you can find the large cent by itself, you're looking at over $85 for just that coin and for a heavily circulated one at that. All of our coins have been hand-selected by us to be authentic, obsolete U.S. Mint issues while also passing our high eye appeal standards. There's nothing worse than getting a coin this old, a living, breathing piece of U.S. Mint history, and you can't even make out the word 2 cents, and that coin's a very hard one to find in good condition, or all three of the Roman numerals on the 3-cent nickel. Now, the 2-cent piece was issued by the U.S. Mint in 1864, and it only lasted until 1873. They only made 45 million total coins during that time, making it one of the hard-to-find collector's coins today. Back then, a 2-cent coin was rather ideal because you could cut down on the number of coins you carried significantly, because back then, a half-cent could buy you quite a lot. So a 2-cent coin was much closer to a $5 bill today than it was to a 1-cent coin. When you can find a 2-cent piece in good circulated condition today, you're looking at least $50 per coin. So between just the large cent and the 2-cent, you're looking at almost $130 plus. Now, the 3-cent nickel is my favorite coin in this set. It is a true blue nickel coin struck by the U.S. Mint. And that's because the original nickel was a 3-cent coin. They struck a 3-cent nickel and a 3-cent silver piece at the time. We wouldn't see a 5-cent nickel coin introduced until the shield nickel came in 1866. These stunning 3-cent coins were struck from 1865, predated the 5-cent nickel by 1 year, and were struck up until 1889. These coins are incredibly rare. In just 1 month in 2014, the US Mint struck more nickels than all 25 years of issue for the 3-cent nickel. When you can find the 3-cent nickel with our competition, you're looking at over $56 per coin. So for all three of these, 85 for the large cent, 50 for the 2-cent, and 56 for the 3-cent, you're looking at well over $190 with our competition. We are just $89.85, and at that price, we're more than $100 less for the exact same 3-piece set. In fact, you could buy you could buy 2 of these collections with us tonight and still save money versus our nearest competitor while grabbing twice as many obsolete US Mint issues. You can call in at 1-866-518-5933, or you can head over to our website if you don't feel like using the phone today, abccoins.com. Then head up to the search bar on the page and put 905-1213. That's 905-1213, and grab a 3-piece set of some of the more unique coins in US Mint history that a great number of collectors have simply forgotten about. All 3 of these coins had different reasons for their ending. The 2-cent coin just didn't make that much sense, pun intended, once the large cent had been replaced by the small cent. That 2-cent was pretty much only created because despite it being heavier than the large cent, those things were massive. The large cent was eventually removed from circulation due to its ridiculous size, almost the same size as our modern day $half, and the cost of copper was rising ever quicker. And the 3-cent nickel was short-lived because just 1 year later, we would have the 5-cent shield nickel released in 1866 that would result in customers rather having a 5-cent nickel than a 3-cent coin. These weird denominations are a living, breathing piece of our nation's historic coinage, and you can get it tonight for more than $100 less at just $89.85. Coins this rare don't come around all that often, and whenever they do, collectors grab them and put them in their collections to make them treasured family heirlooms. These coins are at least 134 years old, with several being significantly older than that. Call in now and grab yours while you still can, because before long, these coins too will be lost to history.